Welcome back, listeners. I have just been handed a message that came in from Grover's Mill. Just a moment. At least 40 people, including 6 state troopers, lie dead in a field east of the village of Grover's Mill. Their bodies burned and distorted beyond all possible recognition. The next voice you will hear will be that of Brigadier General Montgomery Smith, commander of the state militia at Trenton, New Jersey.
I have been requested by the governor of New Jersey to place the counties of Mercer and Middlesex, as far west as Princeton and east to Jamesburg, under martial law. No one will be permitted to enter this area except by special pass issued by the state or military authorities. 4 companies of state militia are proceeding from Trenton to Grover's Mill and will aid in the evacuation of homes within the range of military operations. Thank you.
You have just been listening to General Montgomery Smith, commanding the state militia at Trenton. In the meantime, further details of the catastrophe at Grover's Mill are coming in. The strange creatures, after unleashing their deadly assault, crawled back into their pit and made no attempt to prevent the efforts of the firemen to recover the bodies and extinguish the fires. Combined fire departments at Mercer County are fighting the flames, which menace the entire countryside. We have been unable to establish any contact with our mobile unit at Grover's Mill, but we hope to be able to return you there at the earliest moment possible. In the meantime, please enjoy... Just 1 minute, please. Listeners, I have just been informed that we finally established communication with eyewitnesses of the tragedy. Professor Pierson has been located at a farm near Grover's Mill where she has established an emergency observation point. As a scientist, she will give you her explanation of the calamity. The next voice you will hear will be that of Professor Pierson. Just 1 moment. Professor Pierson, can you hear us?
Yes.
What's going on there? What information can you give us?
Of the creatures in the rocket cylinder at Grover's Mill, I can give you no authoritative information, either as to their nature, their origin, or the purposes here on Earth of their destructive instrument. I might venture some conjectural explanation. For lack of a better term, I shall refer to the mysterious weapon as a heat ray. It's all too evident that these creatures have scientific knowledge far in advance of our own. It is my guess that in some way they are able to generate an intense heat in a chamber of practically absolutely no conductivity. This intense heat they project in a parallel beam against any object they choose by means of a polished parabolic mirror of unknown composition, much as a mirror of a lighthouse projects a beam of light. That is my conjecture of the origin of the heat ray.
Thank you, Professor Pierson. Listeners, here is a bulletin from Trenton. It is a brief statement informing us that the charred body of Alex Hopper has been identified in a Trenton hospital. Now, here's another bulletin from Washington, D.C. Office of the Director of the National Red Cross reports 10 units of Red Cross emergency workers have been assigned to the headquarters at the state militia stationed outside Grover's Mill, New Jersey. Here is a bulletin from the state police, Princeton Junction. The fires at Grover's Mill and vicinity are now under control. Scouts report all quiet in the pit and no signs of life appearing from the mouth of the cylinder. And now, listeners, we have a special statement from Mr. Harry McDonald, Vice President in charge of operations.
We have received a request from the militia at Trenton to place at the disposal our entire broadcasting facilities. In view of the gravity of the situation, and believing that Out of Place has a responsibility to serve in the public interest at all times, we are turning over our facilities to the state militia at Trenton.